Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sunny Cool, and this is Gems of War. And today we have a new mythic troop, Helilya. 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 I think it's Helilya. 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 I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who knows? Helilya. 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 I'm gonna say Helilya. Helilya. Alright, anyway. I'm stuck on that word for a second. I'm stuck on that name for a second. Helilya. Alright. So, yeah, we'll go after it. We'll try to get it. And then if we get it, then we'll make a team, and we'll decide if we like it or not. I'll let you know should you get it or not. I'll let you know what I think about it, what tier, you know, all that good stuff. And then we got the vault event today, so we'll at least do a little bit of that. I gotta do some other things too, but, you know, you should probably be doing the vault event about as much as you can. There's some, like, Underspire in the guild event, and a couple of things I still gotta do. I tried to get a lot of it done, but didn't happen. So, alright, let me set up the stream here. Gems of War, Gems of War. Alright, doesn't take me very long these days, so bear with me here. Skip ahead a minute or two, and you should be alright if you're watching after the fact. If not, and you're here, just hit that like. Take a second, and go finger the thumb. You know, say hi to everybody. Put something in the chat. Say hi to your buddies, your friends, and your fellow sinners. Will I do this? No, not that. Stop it. Do this. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Do this. Yeah. Save that. Okay. Alright. I'm ready. Doesn't take too long these days. Got it? Alright, let's go over to the chat. Jump into the chat. All that good stuff. And jumping into the chat. Both feet. Hold my nose. Dip my toe in. Ooh, it's cold. Should you rip it off quick, or should you rip it off slow? It's like a band-aid. Do you jump in right away? What do you guys do? Do you dip your toe in, get used to it first? Or do you just jump in? Do you ease your body into the shallow end and, you know, just dip your toe in? Or do you just do a freaking cannonball gainer off the top rope into the deep end? What do? Do you rip the band-aid off fast, or you do it real slow? Get every hair, pull every hair off your arm? What do? You just leave it on there forever until it falls off? Yeah, did you guys get the mythic? That's a good question. Did you get the mythic? Did you get it? How many keys did it take? Did it take 1 billion, or did it take 1? Because it's got to be one or the other. It either took you 1 key and you got it on your first try, or it took you 800 billion keys. There's no in between. Alright, so first thing we're going to do here, restart your game. And then restart it again, and then restart it again. Just kidding. All I do usually, here's a little trick for you. I don't think I've ever said. But what I do when I log into the game and I don't think it's on the correct day yet, the first thing I usually do is I'll go to guild. You go to guild, and then you run just 1 fight from the guild event. So you go in here and you run 1 invasion fight. So pretend like I did a fight. Let's just do it. We can do 1 even. Like, it's so fast. But go to guild, run a fight, and then go back out to the map, and it'll put you on the correct day. It's just one way to, there's many ways to do it, but that's the way that works for me pretty much every time. If you want to make the game load into the correct day, just go do something in your guild, and it usually does it for me. So it likes to load a lot. When you go into a guild event, you play a guild fight, and then you come back out of the guild event or the guild fight, then the game likes to load a lot, and it will load into the correct day. So if you don't want to like shut your whole game down and then restart the whole game, just go to a guild fight, and then back out of it after you're done, and it'll load your game into the correct day. Pretty much always, for me at least. Then check your chat. Check your chat. Make sure people are getting Helilya. Helilya. Should see Helilya. Mark's here. Anita's here. Scott is here. Took way too many, Scott. Oh no. You know what I'm gonna say about that? I don't pat people on the back. I don't tell you good job. I'm not gonna shake your wiener. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if you should have done that. I don't know. Should you have did it? Should you have spent way too many keys on this mythic? I guess we'll see. We'll see what I think about it. Was that a mistake? Depends. Always depends. Depends emojis. That's why we got them. Took you too many resources, Mark? What up, Funky Town? Alright. Hit the like. Tell some people. Tell George Clooney that we are streaming right now. If you're texting George Clooney, please text him that I'm streaming and he has to come to the stream or else you won't be his friend anymore. Alright. So, we checked. We made sure everybody's getting Helilya. Should they be? Should you get 4 Helilyas? Should you? I don't know. We're gonna see. Should you even get 2? Maybe they just got 2. Maybe DC just got 2 when he was old, like he got 2. Just from, he got really lucky off of 1 key and he got 2. Could be. You know, you can get 2 on accident. Getting 4, I don't know if you can get 4 on accident, though. I've gotten 2 before on accident, but I don't think I've ever got 4 on accident. So we'll see. Is it good enough? Should we be getting... Some people are really super duper... That's why the depends emoji exists. That's why they make you put that diaper emoji. Like, if you're a YouTuber, they like... And you're especially on Gems of War, if you're a Gems of War YouTuber, like, it's against the law to not have the depends emoji. The diaper. But should we get multiples of it? Some high-level players just get multiples because they want to have the maximum. Like, they want 4. You know? Maybe they want to be funny. They want to be a funny guy and put 4 on their team or something. Like, one day down, you never know. You just never know, dude. Like, one day, broccoli might not be good for you. And then you'll put 4 Helilyas on your team as a funny joke. You never know. But yeah. Let's go get it. Or let's look at it first. Let's look at it. Because I like showing off my unowned. My unowned's not very extensive or anything. Get all these pay troops. Shake your fist at all the pay troops. Like, oh, you freaking devs and all these pay troops. I'll show you all the pay troops. Ready? Here they are. Look. Woo! All my unowned. Just kidding. They're not all pay. But some of them are. Alright, here's Helilya. 24 blue, green, purple, glacial, peaks, undead, fey. Looks cool. I'll give it that. Looks cool. Check. That's the first thing, you know. If it looks cool, there's lots of like check boxes you gotta check off before you can tell if it's good mythic or not. Does it look cool? Check. Now you gotta get 4 of them because it looks cool. Just kidding. But it is part of the like. Does it look cool? I think it looks pretty cool. It's like half undead, half fey, kinda. It's like half skeleton, half fey woman. Little crown on her head. She's got her boobies kinda showing some cleavage. One boobie's undead and one boobie's not undead. Did you notice that? One of her boobies is an undead boobie. Did you notice that? I wonder if her spell is called Undead Boobie. Summon, let me read the spell. Deal damage to the 2 weakest enemies. Alright, so let's talk about that. It's not true damage yet. It's not hitting all enemies yet. See, that first little part there could be better already. Just saying. Deal damage to the 2 weakest enemies. I would rather see true damage. I would rather see 3-4 enemies. Just to start it out. Boosted by Freeze Gem. Boosted by Freeze Gem and Skulls. You know, you could I mean, it's 2 things. That's not bad. Better than 1 thing. I don't like when stuff boosts off of Freeze Gems because it's hard to put those up on the board, kind of. It's easier to put up like blue gems or yellow gems or just regular color gems. But Skulls isn't too hard to put up Skulls. And at least there's 2 of them. So that's okay. I mean, that's alright. Boosted by something, and it's not horrible. It's not the best ever, but it's not horrible. Then create a mix of 18 freeze gems and doom skulls. So then it puts the things up there that it boosts off of, so that's nice. 18, I don't think that's a lot, is it? Compared to, like, you know, it's a mythic? I don't know if that's a lot or not, but I don't think so. I think that's a pretty average amount of gems to put on the board for a mythic. But it's putting skulls up, it's putting freeze gems up. That's what it needs to boost off of, so it's okay. And hopefully it has amazing traits, right? Because so far, doing a little bit of damage, and then maybe lining up some doom skulls for a skull hit. Maybe. Alright, so we got Summon an Ice Storm at the start of battle. Pretty good, pretty good. You know, Perpetual Ice Storm would be better, like, what's her face, Skady. That would be better. But, you know, better than nothing. Ice Storm at the start of battle, better than nothing. Undying, immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy, and death mark. Another one that's not the best, you know, could be, you know, the one where it's invulnerable to everything, you know, like the last trait of Titan, for example. Could be that. That'd be better. Frozen Grave, convert 2 blue gems to freeze gems when my turn begins. So that helps it with its boost. There's a blue storm falling, and then it's going to convert, well, yeah, I guess it does. It helps it. So, you got a blue storm going, and then you can turn some of those blue gems to freeze gems, which will help its boost a little bit. Boost ratios ×2. I'm sure that could be a little bit better, but still at least it's there. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully it doesn't like freeze itself or whatever. I don't know. There's a truth before where it was kind of stupid because it would do something and then it would like do it to itself too. What was that one? It was like terror. It was like a terror troop or something where it could terror, but then it couldn't. It wasn't immune to terror. Like when I use Satyr and Scroll. When I use Satyr and Scroll, it's immune. It's immune to lycanthropy. So I don't feel like, you know, when I'm trying to do lycanthropy to the other team and I'm using Satyr and Scroll, it's not going to backfire on my Satyr and Scroll because Satyr and Scroll is immune to it. So if you're trying to like do a certain negative status effect, you're hoping like the thing that's doing it is immune to it. Like a snake. If you have a snake and it's going to poison something, you hope your snake is immune to poison. Like if it's going to shoot poison everywhere, you know? If you have a crazy snake and it's just shooting poison everywhere, you hope it doesn't poison itself too, because that'd be stupid, right? That'd be like jumping off a bridge to squash somebody. You know what I mean? So she's kind of jumping off a bridge to squash somebody with her all kinds of freezing, but she can also be frozen. So I don't know. On paper, it doesn't look great to me. And that's just us talking about it on paper before we got it, though. Looks like a C tier mythic. It's another one for the pile that's never going to get used, but isn't horrible. So that's my first impression of it. Undead Booby. And ooh, I got to get this. I've been getting every medal, every token, every deed, every writ. So I'm going to buy that. Alright, let's go get it. I'm going to use guild seals because I used up all my gem keys on our anniversary stream, I think. And I used up all my glory keys on some other stream, I think. So I'm just going to use guild seals. I got plenty of them. 488,000, plus I have a bunch of purple orbs. See if we can get Helilya. Let's get Helilya. Let's get Helilya. I have a habit of going to the bottom because when I open up glory keys, I like to see how many gems I get. So I go to the bottom to look at the gems. But you don't have to do that. If it's on there, it's on the top. Nope. How many is that? 3? There it is. 4. Not bad. Only 4 opens. And I got Helilya. Will I get multiples? I usually take my own advice. And I wait and see. I'm not going to get 4 on the first day. Because I don't know if it's worth getting 4 of them. So I take my own advice, y'all. I practice what I preach. I'm going to get 1 because I'm on YouTube. I'm streaming. I got to show it. I want to get it. It's new. I'm a high level player. I'm an in-game player, so I'm getting every one no matter what. So I don't have to decide whether to get it or not, because I have tons of keys. So if you have tons and tons and tons of keys and you're not going to run out, go ahead and get it. But if you're ever worried about running out of keys, you should probably think twice before going after this C tier, not great mythic. And then the people getting crazy amounts of it, I hope they're super in game and, you know, have tons of keys and stuff. Like Tyrion Shark gets 4 of them, I think, just for fun, pretty much. Just for fun, just for shits and giggles. So if you're getting 4, it's for shits and giggles. It's not for any kind of mechanical advantage in the game. But Helilya is here. Let's go level it, trade it, put it on a team. Let's go do like Explore or something. That's where I like to test new stuff, because it's difficult. Difficulty 12, Explore. We have this really open slot. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I'm gonna try to build a team around the troop. That's not always the best way to go. Sometimes like a Takshaka or a Pharaoh Khafru or something like that, you don't build the team around like Pharaoh Khafru. So sometimes that's not how you would go about making a team for a new mythic. You would think about like where it would fit into already pre-existing teams. But when I get a new mythic for my channel, I like to try to build a team around it just to see if it's like can be the star of the show. Could it be Michael Jordan? Could it be LeBron James? Could it be Kobe Bryant? Or is it just you know, John Stockton or Scottie Pippen or something like that? Right now I'm leaning towards, you know, Ron Kukoc or, you know, Dennis Rodman, maybe. But we'll see. So let's get show owned. Go base rarity. It's Helilya. So it's I. What do you guys think about it? Other than it's half undead and half fae. It's got a elf ear. Got a pointy ear. Did you notice that? Upgrades. Let's do it. You should have praised the RNGesus first. Yep, you gotta do that. Ooh, Anita, you got the last dragon for Stella today? Great job. Stella is so close to being as good as Chrysantherax that it's still really good, and I would still use it if I didn't have Chrysantherax. Like, having Stellarix and not having no, I'm not saying this is. I'm just saying like it's still really good to get Stellarix. Is what I'm trying to say. Like whether or not you have Chrysantherax or not, Stellarix is still freaking awesome. Nothing ever happened to Stellarix, and just like 4 months ago, we were all, you know, Stellarix was meta, and it's still the same. It never got nerfed, so it's still really awesome. But yeah, we got Helilya, level 20, fully traded. So what are we going to do here? We're going to deal damage to 2 weakest enemies boosted by Freeze Gems. Freeze Gem. Just 1 Freeze Gem. It's only boosted by 1 Freeze Gem and Skulls. Then create a mix of 18 Freeze Gems and Doom Skulls. I'm thinking maybe a Skull team. Maybe it'll fit in somewhere with somebody else that's doing some Skulls. That's also maybe uses blue. Maybe like the Wild King or something. Wild King uses blue, and he also throws Skulls up there. Zul'Goth uses blue and also throws Skulls up there. Those are the first 2 things that come to mind for me. But also, Undead Fae. I'll throw her on the team. First thing we gotta do. Put Helilya on the team. I don't know, first things that I think about are the Wild King and Zul'Goth. As being good to go with that, maybe. But you could like be like, alright, let's see. Let's try to make an undead team. You could do that. Just be like, is there anything that would go well with it that's also undead? You know? You could start there. Which if I was gonna do that, I'd probably say, ooh, like Ossifer. That might be pretty good. Plus he's invulnerable, so he can't get frozen. That might be pretty good. So whenever I do like an undead team, I would definitely throw the Ghost Queen over there. Got 2 sexy ladies. Lord Augustin, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while. There's an achievement for having 4 copies of each troop. Not very official, though. Okay. It's like a swag achievement. Gaps are so slow today. Degraded performance. My gaps are taking 4 times as long on PS5. That sucks. Bad Mythic? I agree so far. How's it going, Beg? I'm the guy that calls every Mythic bad, pretty much. But it's cool, though, because when there's a good one, you know it's good. So when we get a Takshaka, you know, like, hey, this guy's not... He calls everything bad. All of a sudden, he's calling something good. It must be good, you know? So that's the cool part about my channel. But I don't think anybody out there is probably calling this thing, like, S tier. If anybody's out there calling this S tier, they need to get a brain operation. Alright, so I'm going to try to go the undead route. Because, I don't know, I already started doing that. True damage. The first 2 enemies convert all yellow gems to doom skulls. I was thinking maybe Ossifer might be cool, since he's immune to, like, freeze, and he uses blue. And he also does skulls. But he does do true damage. Or Rathamon. Oh, Rathamon doesn't use blue, though. I was trying to get something that used blue and does skulls. I don't know why. It's just what I feel like doing. Alright, then just a weapon. Got an undead team, pretty much, so far. My go-to mana generator, if I don't use the wand, is usually Essence of Evil. So maybe I'll do that. Unless there's a good undead weapon, I don't know. Essence of Evil. Excuse me. So throw that up top, we'll throw that on the bottom, and then... maybe we'll do them in that order. So we got Essence of Evil, Helilya, Immortal Ossifer, the Ghost Queen. We'll try this first. My first team is never, like, the best. I'm just trying to... I just got it. So I'm spitballing here. I'm just thinking of ideas. I haven't been thinking about this all night or something, you know. Started thinking about it like 5 minutes ago. We got 3 greens. So we should probably do some green. What are we missing? Yellow. Can minus yellow. Green, brown. Could do blue-green minus yellow. Got 2 blues. And then our class... Oh no, we got a blue storm. Blue storm's gonna happen no matter what. Need to drink more water before these streams. So, I don't know. I just do Archer with green teams. It's not like it's 3 of them are green. Let's see how this goes. Just run it. If you guys have a good team, let me know. I'll be streaming Sunday as well. So take your time. Come up with your best team that you ever made. And then on Sunday, bring it to the Sunday stream, maybe. I just like to get this. We got the key. We got it open. We got it. We took a look at it. You gave my first impressions on paper, and now we're using it. And I can tell you a little bit more about it. And then we'll move on to, like, the vault event and stuff. Alright, so let's get up our weapon if possible. Which I don't have any green right now, so let's take some blue. Blue and green, blue and green. There we go. Alright, let's see what she can do. She's going to do 64 damage, plus 30, so she's going to do 94. 94 damage to the 2 weakest enemies, boosted by Freeze Gem and Skulls, and create a mix of 18 Freeze Gems and Doom Skulls. And right now we have 10 Skulls and 5 Freeze Gems on the board. So let's see what happens if we cast it. Got an extra turn, did a little bit of skull damage. So that's alright. I'll take it. Let's do Essence of Evil now in their last slot. Got the Ghost Queen. Usually don't use her for her spell, though. Let's grab this purple and get some skulls. Let's try to get our weapon back up again. Unless there's an extra turn. Even though it's really far away from getting up. So let's get up her again. Alright, this time we got 4, 4, and 2, which probably is not enough, but we'll try it and see what happens. We're testing it. A lot of freeze. Got an extra turn again. Is that an extra turn right there? I think so. What? It's weird. Wouldn't this be an extra turn somehow? No? I'm weird. Alright, they ran away. And we could do this now and maybe do green. Maybe finish them off with this. Huh. It's not too bad. I mean, it got an extra turn every time I cast it that time. I didn't think that would happen at all. We could put something in first slot that does triple damage to freeze. I didn't think about that till right now. Which would be like Borealis. Is the one I could think of off the top of my head. Could put like Borealis in first slot. But then what would we take off the team? I don't know. Some sort of Borealis Helilya team might be alright. Just as another one to mention. Alright, get out of here. Alright, let's go get like a boss chest with this team here. What's my doing more skull than anything. So let's put seasons up. Go get a boss chest. See how we like it. But you know, like Wrath Amon, how we never use Wrath Amon. It's kind of, I think it's gonna be kind of like that. And we'll use it every once in a while. I think Wrath Amon is probably the closest example of where I see this troop fitting in. It's like a Wrath Amon kind of. So far, my first impression. Seems to be like a Wrath Amon strength mythic. Alright, we want green. Let's get up our weapon. If possible. Let's get up our weapon if possible. We might need some sort of... I need to use the wand just so we can cleanse. You know? If we keep getting frozen, that's gonna suck. Alright, let's see what it does. Let's cast it. So far, it's got an extra turn every time. Didn't that time. Backfired. Oh no, now we're frozen. We got hit pretty hard. Just calling it how I see it there. Ouch. Let's grab that. Like my team, Osfer takes forever to get up. Let's do their last slot. He's not totally blocked. He's catching red. But that's like the only thing he's catching though. We take this, it's not an extra turn because we're frozen on blue. So I'll just take it this way. Okay, not frozen anymore. Not an extra turn, but did some good damage there, I guess. Let's get that red. Let's get Osfer. Alright, Osfer on yellow, maybe. Bang. So the theme of my team is like an undead skull team. That's what I'm trying for here. So I'm using Osfer, who's also blue. Which she's stealing all the blue anyway, but... Anita with the gifted went to Mark Nugent. Alright. That's a perfect person for it to go to. Yeah, one copy, collection purposes type of mythic, I would say big. So far, it's looking like a C tier type of mythic. You got S, you got A, you got B, and then you got C. I don't think it's like a D or an F, but right now it's looking like a C somewhere. I'm still trying to place, is it a C minus, is it a C plus? I don't know, but it's in the C's somewhere so far for me. Yoke the Ham is here. Usually Beg gets it from Anita, yeah. Because you give so many, Anita. Took you 40,000 guild seals, 2,000 glory keys, and 1,000 gem keys to get the mythic. Mrs. Nugent got it in 3,000. Yeah, me too. I got mine in like 4,000 or something. Or maybe like 6. Get a brown extra turn. We got a red. We got red and brown and a whole bunch of other stuff, maybe. See how the cookie crumbles. Alright. This looks good. Good board for it. 10 and 2. I'm gonna leave that there and just see what happens. Right, nice, nice. Alright, we got big old blue. Probably take these skulls. It's good at freezing, it's good at doing skulls. So I keep thinking of, like, maybe Borealis would be the next team I would try. Is there any other troops out there yet that are doing triple skull damage to Frozen? Can't remember if they added another one or not. We got 11 brown, 11 green. We don't want to change out blue, though. Brown and green. Can't do it, so let's do yellow. Extra turn. Alright, let's go with her again. Let's get rid of the brown. Bang. Okay, we leave the blue. Let's get rid of the green, though. I want the blue up there for when I cast her. Let's get rid of this yellow. And now we'll cast her. Give her the best chance, you know, and she still didn't get an extra turn, but she does sometimes. It's like 50-50. Let's do this. Actually, I could have killed it, but we killed it anyway, so it's fine. Alright, a couple more fights. We'll see if I like it more than I think I do or not. Got an extra turn down here. There's one up higher, so you always do the higher one first. You're not going to screw up the lower one by doing a higher one, unless you got like Lightning Strike or something like that, or Possessed King or something. I want some green, but we don't have it. I'm going to do this. I only got 1 mana. I thought we'd get it up off of that. Alright, it's up. Anything we can take off the board? No. Let's just cast it. See, when it backfires, it's annoying when it backfires, because you're probably getting frozen. Unless your whole team is immune to frozen, which is impossible because she can't be immune to frozen, even though she's the one that freezes. We got purple. Take some green, get some skulls. Got Ossifer, which is kind of my main goal of this team, is to get Ossifer up, cast it, get an extra turn and all that. See what we can do here. We got a lot of blue, we got some brown. I don't really want to change blue if I don't have to. But if I have to, I have to. So I think I will. We were frozen on first slot, so that wasn't an extra turn, so that sucks. Purple. Let's try her again. Did some good damage, I guess. Because, like, the weakest enemy is usually going to be the first slot, and then you're probably going to hit them with skulls, too. So you, like, already hit them, because that's why they're the weakest, right? And then you're going to hit them with your spell because they are the weakest. And then you're going to hit them with Skull. So usually you're going to at least kill that first slot. If you cast her, she's probably killing their first slot. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, we got Ossifer. There's like nowhere to cast them though. I don't see anywhere to cast them, do you? I don't see anywhere, so I might have to cast her first, probably. She might be able to line them up. That's cool, you could line them up, like if you don't have Ossifer, but you do have her, you could cast her and then cast Ossifer on blue. But I'm going to go ahead and do green, since I don't want to take blue off. But you could. If you don't have your Ossifer, you can cast her first. She'll throw a bunch of blue and skulls up, and then you can change the blue to skulls with Ossifer. Alright, couple more fights. Let's get that boss chest. Mr. Z is here! I don't know, should take skulls, I guess. Let's take blue, get red, extra turn. Guess we'll cast her, see what happens. See how it kills first slot? This is on Explorer 12. It's pretty good at hitting the first slot. That'll give them skulls. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why. Alright, we got Osfer. Do we, though? We do on purple, right here. So I'll probably do that. I'm not going to take this, because I want to give her the best chance of getting an extra turn as possible. So let's cast her. See? Right in that same spot. We got an extra turn. That's why you don't take away stuff. If you're about to put a bunch of skulls and blue up on the board, then don't take extra turns of skulls or blue. Because you can get a bunch, like you'll get the damage from your cast, you'll get more skulls and more blue, and probably an extra turn, and maybe get her back up like we did, and it's way more damage if you don't take the extra turns. If you just leave them up there and then cast her. See how it's still my turn? Like then I have one right here. I could get a kill, or I could have casted her again. So we have this right here. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna cast her. Some stuff like that in the game, like Gob Truffle, you don't take green and brown off the board. You know, if you're doing I don't know, some sort of loopy team, you don't take the color off that you're trying to loop on. Voice does not want to be good today. Dry throat or something. Let's catch up in the chat. I see a little question there. Hold on, let me go from the top, though. I like how it says you sent... Do you get to choose who you give gifted to, Anita? It says you sent one Cool gift membership. It's like different than, like different verbiage. Mr. Z says you must have inherited my usual luck mark. On the other hand, I got it in my first try today. 1,000 guild seals. Nice. Makes up for several months of terrible luck with monthly mythics. Zen, do I have beginner guide videos? Yes, I do. I play the game. I start all the way over free to play, and I have big playlists of me starting all the way over free to play. And it's been pretty recently too. Like right before they put out Immortals is when I ended my last new account playthrough. It's like right around the same time that Immortals came out is when my last new account playthrough ended. So it's pretty recently. It's not been in the last few months, but it's not been in 2025. I think it was in 2024. I did a whole new account. Started from zero, free to play. Showed you exactly what to do. Probably overshared and over. You know, if you watch that whole playthrough, you'll be a freaking expert. And then I have little shorter beginner videos if like you don't have enough time for those long. You know, treat it like a podcast. Put it on, go to work. Put it on, play the game. Put it on, do some chores. Like it's not supposed to be like a super edited 5-minute, you know, cuts every 5 seconds type of thing. It's supposed to be more like a long podcast type of deal. You don't really need to see the screen so much. You can just listen to me talk. I over-talk, I over-explain. Like, a lot of my stuff is more like a podcast. Yeah, I'm very beginner-friendly. Like, I'm probably the most beginner-friendly that there is on YouTube. Because anybody else that does YouTube on Gems of War, this is not shade or diss or anything, they're just super high level. And they haven't started over in a very long time. And things are now different at the beginning of the game. So how are they supposed to know? You know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to know if you're level 2000 on VIP 20 and you've been playing the same account for 5 years and you've never started over? Like, how are you supposed to know? Like, the last time you were a beginner was 5 years ago when things were completely different. I've started over 3 different times, and recently in 2024, so I'm the most beginner-friendly, I'm the most free-to-play friendly that there is on all of YouTube. And I've been playing the game for 8 years, so... Green would be nice. but we don't have any green. Let's get a bunch of mana. Let's get these out of here, even though we want them up there technically for our spell damage, but I'm more kind of doing a skull thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just don't want to get frozen. See what happens. Not bad. Gave him a turn, but still did some good damage. I like green. Alright, let's try her again. Not bad, not, you know. It might be a C+. You can't convince me it's a B, but you might be able to convince me it's a C+. I don't know. And we're frozen on blue, so let's just cast Essence of Evil. We got Ossifer, and there's 13 purple up there. There's 10 yellow. Can we do purple? No, but we can do yellow. So let's do yellow. We got a green extra turn, but we're frozen. They only have 83 HP, so probably just kill them. Alright, here's our boss chest. Token of Anu, baby. Let's go. Those are good. So yeah, if you want to try my team, here you go. One problem it has is getting frozen. Like our first slot can get frozen. Helilya can get frozen. Cool thing about Osfer is he can't get frozen, but all that really counts for is red. If everybody else is frozen, then only thing Osfer helps with is like a red extra turn. But you know, if Helilya gets frozen, you're frozen on blue, green, and purple. And she's able to be frozen. And she puts freeze gems on the board. And then if she misses, the enemy's most likely going to be throwing freeze at you. So it's kind of a... She's like a double-edged sword type of mythic. I mean, she has two different sides of her face. She's half Fae, half undead. She's a double-edged sword. It's like, do you want the undead booby or the Fae booby? You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the undead booby. Sometimes you get the Fae booby. So that's how I feel about Helilya. Like a double-edged sword. One Fae booby, one undead booby. Sometimes she'll give you the Fae booby and everything will go perfectly. Sometimes she'll give you the undead booby and the nipple falls off. Yeah. So about a C, somewhere in a C tier for me right now on the first day after like 30 minutes. So I could change my mind a little bit, but it's probably not going to like sway massively. Like best case scenario, I'll put her up to like a B-, right? Worst case scenario, she goes down to like a D+. Like somewhere in there. So far for me. But she was like, as I used her, and she seemed like she didn't miss as much as I thought she would. She about 50-50, like I said. Double-edged sword, half this, half that, 50-50 chance type of thing. And then I also thought maybe we use it with Borealis. You know, you're putting skulls and freeze up there for some sort of like triple damage to frozen. Was an idea I had while I was using this team. Now, do I think this is the best possible team for Helilya? Probably not. I just wanted to try an undead skull team, and that's what we did. But, yeah. Even on her best team, she's still not going to be, like, amazing top 10 mythic or even top 20. What should you go for? Like, what are we saving for? What, like, we don't all have a million keys and infinity keys, right? So, like, if you were in a best case scenario, you're throwing keys for what? Like a top 10, maybe a top 20... At least a top 25, right? Well, she's none of those. So, you know, there's too many mythics for her to be a top 25 if she's a C tier. She's more like a top 50 or top 40. So that's how I feel about the new mythic. Remember, they can't all be good. They can't all be good. If a quarter of the mythics are good, and there's 100 mythics, then 75% of the time, they're not going to be good. Yeah? It's usually how it goes. We get 4 new mythics, 3 of them are not amazing, and 1's amazing. Alright, so now let's get into Vault Event mode. I like to show the things of the day first, and then we might just play the game normally after that. So I showed the new mythic, now I'll show the Vault Event, and then maybe we'll play the game normally, we'll see. It's random? Okay. Yeah, it said you sent it to Mark. It was weird, but I think they just changed the way they say it. I don't think you're... That'd be cool if you could pick people. Yoke says the only thing I don't like about your new setup is that it doesn't have the timer on the screen. I know, dude. I know. I don't like that either. I don't know. There's not a way to change it either. I looked. So the only way you can tell how long we've been going is if you go to your... On YouTube, if you go to, like, the scroll bar, like the red scroll bar, go all the way to the left, like at the beginning of it, and right now it says, like, 45 minutes we've been going, or whatever. I don't even think I'm live right now. As far as, like, caught up on mine. How do you get it to go? Oh yeah, you click live. Play. Click live. Okay, so we've been going for about 46 minutes right now. Yeah, it used to be up in the upper left-hand corner. I don't know why it doesn't do that anymore. I wonder if there's a way to, like... I wonder if there's a setting somewhere that I'm not seeing. Zen says around 31 now. Thanks for the help. I will check video. What level? 31? That's very, very beginner, Zen. So you're still, like, putting together your goblin team, your first team, whatever it is that you're going to do as your first team. You're still doing tutorials. You're still opening game modes. You're still opening kingdoms. You're still opening classes. First thing, like, pick your mastery correctly. Because you've had 31 times to pick your mastery, and you probably haven't done it right yet. So make sure you just start doing that as soon as possible. Like, pick red, and then, what is it? I always forget now. It's red, then brown, then purple. Like, those are the priorities. Red for Mang, Earth's Fury, Golden Cog. Or no, it's brown first, right? Brown, and then red, and then purple. Brown, you want Mountain Crusher. Brown's for Mountain Crusher, Black Manacles, like Bronze Lock Pistol, I think. So it's brown and then red and then purple. That's what it is. But, you know, you want... Brown is for the Mountain Crusher just to get you a really good mana-generating weapon super early. Brown also counts towards Black Manacles, which you're going to use for a while probably. It hits all enemies and can devour. Brown's also for Bronze Lock Pistol, which I don't use very much, but it's decent. And then red is for Mang and Golden Cog, which those are two really good beginner weapons. One's going to be for your Rowan team, one's going to be for harder stuff, if you're going to try like harder stuff. And then purple is, you know, to secure that Black Manacles. There's some other purple weapons too, isn't there? But anyway, my new account playthrough explains it better than I can explain it right now, because I was in the mode. But yeah, let's do Vault Event. Treasure Vault. The nipple falls off. Ouch. Yep. Daniel's here. Had the perfect with same dungeon doors 2 days running. Stellarix should be mine before the weekend is done. Nice. Couple of y'all getting Stellarix. Stellarix is great. Stellarix is awesome. Stellarix is to be celebrated. Treasure Vault. Gnomes everywhere. Increased chances of treasure gnomes and more vault keys this weekend. Remember, that's all it means. There's no shop. There's no leaderboard. There's no traditional event. All it means is gnomes appear more often, and you will get pity keys sent to you in the mail for every gnome you see. You know, if you get 5 gnomes, they'll send you a key. Then if you get 10 gnomes, they'll send you a key. And then if you get 15 gnomes, they'll send you a key. So all it really means is that they appear more often, with increased chances of vault keys, too. So you want to just be doing as many fights as you can as fast as possible, is what you want to be doing. You want to be running gaps. You want to be collecting verses, power, Captain Planet, collect the verses, one of each color, go to the Soul Forge, craft a Nomapalooza, stay and explore one all weekend, use your Iron Hawks, use your Rowan, use your Moon Mage, use your Atlanta, whatever one of those you're using, and just go hard, man. Just kill as many enemies as you can as fast as possible is the goal. Like, the TLDR is kill as many enemies as you can as fast as possible. The weaker they are, the better, especially if you're doing Iron Hawks. So, first thing we're going to do is see how many keys I have to start with, because I think it's like 450. So I want to see try to get it to a nice round number, but That's horrible, and I wish I had opened all of mine, but I didn't have the time. I was able to open like 150 in the last like 3 or 4 days. I had 600 as y'all saw, and now I have 450. So we're starting at 450, just so you know, with 0 epics and with 2 gaps. And we need to figure out where we're gonna go, like which kingdom is working right now. So what has extra stats this week? It's Nexus Elementals, right? If you want to double check that, go to Events. Go to Events. Okay, so Nexus troops have 10% extra skills, and Elementals have 10% extra skills. This only matters if you're using Ironhawk. If you're not using Ironhawk, who cares? Go do whatever you want. If you're using the very specific fastest team in the game, Ironhawk, you have to take that into account. Like, a little bit of extra stats will throw you off. So Elementals is going to be the main problem, so we got to figure out where we can go where there's not that many Elementals. And there's Elementals everywhere, so it's going to be hard to figure out. Let's check Wild Plains. Does Wild Plains have Elementals? Probably. Only one. Only one. It's only got one. Pyro Hydra. That's not too bad. Maybe we'll try Wild Plains. I'll pretty much take one Elemental. Like, holy cow. The Elementals are everywhere, so just having one, that's pretty good. And in a place we already know that is pretty good. We know Wild Plains, we usually choose that if we see it. So it only having one Elemental, that's nice. But let's check Senna Mirage as well, because that's our other go-to place. See how many they have. 0! Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to Senna Mirage. 0 Elementals, and it's not the Nexus. And we know it works. So we're going to go to Senna Mirage, y'all. Good old Senna Mirage almost always works for the Vault event. There's only been like one time in the past like 6 Vault events where it didn't work, I think. So let's go get our team, which is going to be Ironhawks, of course, for me. No turns for you. And I don't know if we're going to start with verse hunting or gaps. Probably verse hunting. Let's clear our filter out. We need to copy this team first of all for when we're about to do a gap. We don't want to have to like find Sister Superior every time we're about to do a gap. So let's copy it. And then let's go get another Ironhawk for verse hunting. This team is for gaps. Best team in the game for gaps. Fastest team in the game for gaps. And let's go get triple Ironhawk for verses. And this is the best team for verse hunting. Let's go verse hunt a little bit. I only have 2 gaps anyway, so it almost doesn't matter how many shards I have right now. I like to run gaps when I have closest to 0 shards as possible. That way we're not running into a boss chest during a Gnome-a-Palooza. GAP stands for Gnome-a-Palooza. If you didn't know that, Gnome-a-Palooza. G-A-P, GAP. Something you craft in the Soul Forge to get all gnomes for 15 minutes, which is amazing. The genie takes forever. Used to not take this long. Here we go. Alright, let's run it up to at least a boss chest. We're looking for Freddy, because we need green verses. We have plenty of the other verses, but we only have 2 of the green one, Freddy. So that's who I would like to see right now is Freddy. Or maybe some cool merchant offers, or an angel. I'll take any verse gnome. I'll take any gnome right now for real, but the one we're specifically looking for is Freddy. And then the offers we're looking for are any deed offer, but the one I really want is green, just like Freddy's green. So we're looking for green stuff. Grass is green, trees are green, my eyes are green. St. Patrick's Day is green. Freddy's green. Green deeds for Forest of Thorns, because that's what I'm on. I'd also buy writs. Any deed, any writ, any token, any medal, because I have way too many gems, and I should probably spend them on something. If you're a super high-level player with a bunch of gems, buy some deeds and tokens and medals, man, come on. Nobody sees how many gems you got, you know that? I'm like, it's almost unfair that people get to see how many gems I have. But I put myself out there on YouTube. That's how I got kicked out of a guild, I feel. They were looking at how many... They don't have to see... Like, the other 29 people in the guild, nobody gets to see how much gold they have or gems they have. There could be 15 people in that guild that have 1 million gems and never spend barely anything on a guild event. There could be 15 people in that guild with 8 trillion gold and always just do one, like, legendary task and never do more. But they never get to see that. You don't know how much gold a person has or how many gems a person has. I, unfortunately, broadcast it to the world, so people get weird. Like, look how many gems he has. Why doesn't he do more in the guild events? This is my previous guild, not my current guild. My current guild is amazing. Look how much gold he has. He should do more. That's what they were probably thinking in the back of their head, because they were kind of weird. Especially the guild leader. The new guild leader. The old guild leader was weird too, but in a, like, kind of a good way, but then, like, it all turned to a bad way when they started, like, they didn't want to, like, stand up for me because everybody else wanted to kick me out, and he just didn't want to switch guilds, I think, so he just, like, chose sides, you know what I mean? Alright, so we got a gnome, that's good. Didn't die, but just do your best. Go grab a skull, go grab some yellow, go grab some brown. Ever so occasionally a gnome will survive. But this is still the fastest thing to be doing. As long as like 90-something% of the fights end in one shot, you should be good to go. 'Cause anywhere else you go, the same thing's gonna happen. Every once in a while, you'll get like a mythic that will survive, a soul gnome that will survive, a dragonite gnome that will survive. It's everywhere. So you just gotta, like, whatever the... It's like the devil, you know, type of thing. Like, whatever's the least troublesome. Whatever kingdom puts up the least amount of fuss for you. Could be different for everybody. Like, sometimes I'll make teams on a video, and I'll be like, this is what I think are the best teams. And somebody will be like, well, I'm using this, and I'm this far. I'm like, well, whatever's working for you, man. Like, I can give you a bunch of reasons why you can make that way better, but if you're doing good, don't change it. Don't fix what's not broken. Don't fix what's not broken, yeah? I always do everything for a reason, and very specific, yeah? But hey, if you're doing something and it's working, keep doing it. It's almost better, like, if you're doing something that's working, just... It's worse to, like, switch stuff around and keep trying new stuff and moving around. Same thing with, like, EverQuest. If you find a good camp, the game is so dangerous. Like, if you're in a spot and you're getting experience and you're in a good, safe spot and it's consistent, the best thing to do is just stay there and not jump around and stuff. But some people, like, just get ants in their pants and they want to jump around and the grass is always greener on the other side type of thing. And those are the type of people that you see their bodies laying all over the world. Corpses. They had a good thing going and they screwed it up looking for greener grass. When they could have just stayed there and they would have been, you know, that much further. Those 15 minutes you were jumping around to different kingdoms could have been in that same kingdom that was working for 15 minutes extra. Maybe got a verse, maybe got a gap done. So that's my strat during the VOD event. I find a kingdom that works and I stay there. I have a team that works and I use it. I don't, like, jump around and try different things. I don't try different teams. I don't try different kingdoms. I don't get distracted by pet rescues. I don't get distracted by anything else. I do this the whole time right here. And the only thing you can do to make it more exciting, it's like, no. You can play a little game. Like, let's see, you know, I'm looking for Freddy, right? So if Freddy pops up, I get excited, right? Any gnome really pops up, I get excited. You could run an XP booster, that makes it kind of more exciting. Like merchant offers, Angel, you can get some cool offers. Maybe get excited about some cool offers that you get. When you're running like a gap, like weird combination of gnomes, it's kind of fun to look out for. Like, whoa, I got a Gnomapalooza gnome. during a gap. That's pretty rare. Or, whoa, I got a Dragonite Gnome and a Gnome. Look, there he is. He's right there. I don't know, people out there, come on, man. Just giving you advice. You know, showing you. I can only tell you to do what I'm doing. I don't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself, right? You always see me doing the things that the advice that I give you is the same thing I'm doing. Unless I fail. Like, I failed to open all my vault keys. Shame on me. But do as I say, not as I do type of deal. But you see, I got the one I needed. That's Freddy. That's the one I need, the green one. And this is what I'm doing. I'm doing triple Ironhawk. I'm doing it in Cinemirage. I'm doing it on Explore 1. I'm telling you to do this. Do triple Ironhawks. Do it in Cinemirage. Do it on Explore 1. And look what I got. I got exactly what I need. So it's like on the forum, like forum people that aren't in our chat. They're never here. Those type of people, man, that complain. But then they're doing everything wrong. It's like, dude, how about, like, this one dude. Oh, I was reading the forum the other day. Forget what he was saying. I think I already talked about this on the live stream, though. He had, like, 15 Horde Mimic Mythics or something. And he was complaining about something else. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, why do you have 15 Horde Mimic Mythics? Like, he was complaining about, like, Underspire Sentinels or something like that. I'm like, dude, if you would spend more time in the Underspire, maybe, instead of Explore. Like, what are you doing? Why do you have 15 Horde Mimic Mythics? But then you're going to complain about, dragons, opening dragon eggs or sentinels or something like that. Like, well, spend some of that time that you're wasting in Explore getting 15 Horde Mimic Mythics on the Underspire or on the Vault event. And then you would have the other stuff, you'd have a better chance anyway. Like, you could probably trade 13 of those Horde Mimic Mythics for at least a couple Sentinels or a couple Dragons. Like, the time that you spent getting them. But, I don't know, they don't see it that way. Nobody wants to be told they're playing the wrong way. But the cool thing about it is, like, nobody has to know, and you can start playing right now, and nobody would have to know. Like, there's no shame in it. Like, nobody's gonna be like, ha. You know what I mean? You're just listening to advice, and then you start doing it. And who cares if you weren't doing it before? You're doing it now. It's good. You don't have to tell nobody. Hey, I was doing Explore 12 every day for 3 hours. Like, up until last week. Now instead of that, I'm gonna do my Underspire to full completion. I'm gonna do my Epic Trials and buy the pets. I'm gonna play, if I'm gonna grind anything, it's gonna be PvP. I got all my delves done. What's going on here? I can't get out. Oh, that was weird. Got stuck. But yeah, the beauty of watching, like, YouTube and, like, you don't have to tell people, like, oh yeah, I was doing that, but now who cares? Nobody has to know. Like, I was doing Explorer 9 during the vault, but now I'm doing Explorer 1, like you said. Now, you don't have to tell me about the Explorer 9 stuff. Just, it'd be nice to know that you're doing Explorer 1. You can tell me the good part. You don't have to tell me the bad part. I don't need to know. Nobody needs to know that you're doing it wrong before. You can just change right now, and now you're doing it right. And then you can tell everybody you're doing it right. Hey, I'm doing it. Hey, you told me to do that. I did it, and guess what? I got this. That's what we see all the time, like testimonials. Like I'm a freaking evangelist on a TV. Got testimonials in the chat all the time about cool stuff people are getting. Said, hey, I tried this, I tried that, I tried this, you said, I tried that, you said. I got this and I got that, like you said. Got testimonials in the chat all the time. See, they didn't say, like, hey, I was doing it the wrong way, and then they don't have to say that part. You don't have to say that part. You just stop doing it the wrong way, and you just start doing it the right way, and then you say, like, hey, it worked. Say, hey, I did Explore 1 all weekend. Didn't do any pet rescues. I used Ironhawks the whole time. I ran gaps. I did a gap, and then I did a verse hunt, and then I did a gap, and then a verse hunt, then a gap, verse hunt. I did not stack up gaps. I opened all my Valkies, did the same exact way you told me to, and dude, I got everything I ever wanted in the game for free. That's what you'll be saying. Alright, so we're on 0. This is what I like to do. So I'll burst hunt until I get my boss chest. That makes me do it. That makes me go try to get Freddy. You know? And then it also helps my gaps by not running into a boss chest during a gap. So I'm splitting my time half and half between hunting versus and running gaps. I'm not running gaps the entire time, and I'm not hunting versus the entire time. I'm doing like a 50-50, one undead boob, one fey boob type of vault event here. So let's go put our gap team on. The gap team. Let's put on the gap team. Paste. And let's go, let's lock one in. You don't have to. It's just a habit from before. Just lock one in real quick. What kind of medals do I got on? That's a mistake you can make. You could have the wrong medals. I think those are fine, though. Like, if you have Orpheus or Anu on, it makes a little extra animation. It makes everything take just a little bit longer. Just like if you have an explosion every time with, like, an Atlanta team or a Greed, a Pharaoh Cafru. If you have an explosion every single fight, it slows you down by a lot. Like, over 3 days, over a bunch of fights over 3 days, like having those explosions at the start of every single fight slows you way down. It might only be like a second a fight, but when you're doing so many fights over 3 days, over so many hours, like that adds up to be a lot. Then you're missing out on a lot. So you also don't want to be like putting on a weird medal that adds a little animation either. Trying to do everything as quickly as possible without all the extra explosions and animations and stuff like that, so let's run a gap now, but before we do that, I'll check up on the chat, because I've been rambling and ranting for a minute. Alright, so there we are. Let's see what y'all have been saying. I see Florian. Hey, Mark, we can pretend like Anita picked you. Nobody has to know, dude. We can just say that she did. That'd be cool. That's our headcanon, right? You can have your own headcanon where things, you just, like, act like stuff happened the way you want it to happen. And yeah, that's gonna be our channel canon, is that Anita gifted Mark. You picked Mark. She picked Mark. Getting 2 perfects 2 days in a row, Daniel, is pretty good. I don't think I've done that like once, maybe. Mark says Underspire is so easy this week. Dude, Chrysantherax is just stomping all over everything this week. It's got 20% extra stats. It's the best troop in the game with 20% extra stats. Like, everything this week is super easy. Underspire, the invasion, just everything, man. Especially those 2 things, I guess. There's my 2 examples. Everything, including these 2 things. Classics here. Busy day at work. Aw, man. That sucks. Work sucks, bro. Aren't you like a doctor? You got like a plaque on your wall and stuff, Classic? You got a PhD? In my headcanon, Classic is a doctor with a stethoscope, and he's got a PhD on his wall. That's my head. Don't ruin my headcanon, Classic. I don't want to hear the truth. Alright. Dr. Classic in the house. PhD. Just like Mr. Z. Alright. So let's run this gap. Another thing while running a gap, you can keep track of the time. 15 minutes is how long you're going to have with all gnomes. So have your team ready to go in your place before you hit go here. Make sure you're going to have 15 minutes. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door trying to sell you Jehovah's Witnesses or something. Or trying to like convert you to Girl Scout, to be a Girl Scout. Make sure none of that's going to, you don't have to go to the bathroom, you know. Your kids don't need a drink, or, you know, make sure you have 15 minutes straight here. Always just run one. Don't run multiple Nomapaloozas, because even if you know that you're going to have 30 minutes, you don't really know that 100%. Like, something could happen. Somebody could call, your sister could call you, and she hasn't called you in 3 months, and you just want to talk to her. Yeah? You don't want to ignore her phone call, do you? And you haven't even talked to her in 3 months. So, you know, in your 21st minute, your sister could call you. You don't know. Could happen. Your long-lost sister, your twin sister, that lives in Las Vegas could call you. And she just won millions of dollars, and she's going to give some to you. But only if you answer the phone. You never know. That could happen. So, only run one at a time, because 15 minutes is much easier to have, 15 straight minutes without any interruption than 30 minutes, then 45, then an hour. Like, it's just smarter. And there's no advantage either. There's no advantage to running 2 or 3 or 4. There's zero advantage to that. So, running one at a time is the way to go for everybody all the time. Let's run it. Alright, our clock is at pretty much the top of the hour is going to be when it's over. The top of the hour. My Underspire team is like Chrysantherax Triple Ember Claw. Just for anybody that's wondering. It's kind of like doing Chrysantherax Triple Cafru or Chrysantherax Double Cafru, Mirage Queen. It's similar to that. So it's Chrysantherax Triple Ember Claw. That's what I'm using. Alright, let's go. So top of the hour is when it will be over. Get out of there. Go, go, go. Get back. Go. Hurry up. Don't waste any time. Preload inputs. Let's go. And we just want to just go as fast as you can. Fast as you can. There's even like a rhythm to it that you'll get down. Like sometimes in my head I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you let go. But you got to get the rhythm down. So that time I was a little bit off. So I'm preloading like my L1 and my X, because that'll be Sister Superior popping up on the screen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bang. Bunch of Xing. L1, X, holding it in, preloading. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoops, see, I was a little bit early. I was too busy talking. Got an epic vault key there. Alright, let's not talk this time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoops. See, I'm still a little too fast. All amped up on Giggle Juice. Alright. Yeah, 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 yeah. There, I got it. That's what I do. Stupid, right? It works though, watch. Yeah, 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 yeah. Freaking dumb. Try it though. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like, what do they call it in when you're speed running and you like you can put in inputs? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, see, I didn't do the first part. There's like speedrunning things where you'll like do a thing just for timing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aw, come on, man. I suck. I suck. Like on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, sometimes they'll dodge 3 times, because that's how long it takes to... before you should throw a punch or something. I forget what it's called. There's a name of it. I do. Crow's here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The faster you do everything, the more, like, on top of everything you are, the better. So even doing yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, if you do that every single fight, you're gonna get some extra stuff. You don't have to do it out loud either. You can do it in your head. Just like you don't have to read out loud. You can read in your head. You know that? Did you know? I never knew that until like I turned like 30 that you're allowed to read in your head. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aw, man. See, I'm off. I used to just read out loud all the time everywhere, like stop signs and everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, I'm joking. There are people out there that just like read out loud in a public space. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aw, man. Alright, let's get it. We gotta settle in. Gotta get in our groove here. Do some jumping jacks. Ah, I suck. I got an epic vault key though. That makes up for it. Oh, come on, bro. It's a little bit, like, the PS5 is a little bit different than the PS4. I'm still kind of getting used to it. It's definitely faster. But the buttons are a little bit different in, like, how they feel. And then the timing is, like, very slightly different, too. But overall, it's faster, because the loading screen is way faster. Like, the buttons feel slightly different, and the timing is, like, slightly different. And I probably did like 100 vault events on the PS4, and I've only done like 2 or 3 on the PS5, so still getting used to it a little bit. But I still get way more vault keys though, because the load bar is just so much faster. I can't believe people thought like that wasn't a factor. That was definitely a factor the whole entire time. Like, I was getting less vault keys. Could you imagine if I was on PS5 the whole time? Like, say I actually did 100 vault events, which I don't know, that's probably way too many, but just to make math easy, I probably would have got at least 25 extra vault keys just off of the load bar per vault event. I missed out on like 2,500 vault keys probably from being on PS4. Just making up numbers, you know. But it's definitely faster, man. Like, if you're not on PC or PS5 or something, you're losing out on some keys, but just do your best. It's kind of like if you're using Rowan instead of Ironhawks, or Atlanta instead of Ironhawks. Like, you're doing your best. You're still getting as many as you can get. If you're using some explodey thing that's exploding every... Yeah. You're missing out, but you're still doing your best, I guess. Unless you also have this team and you're choosing to do that. It's your own fault. Go do pet rescue, it's your own fault. But it's alright. Better float your boat. Video game. It's a video game. You know the video game? You start the game, and you can just turn around and leave. When you start Clues, the video game, aka Blueprints, you see that new game called Blueprints? It's kind of Clues, the video game. Beg for mercy, did you sell our idea? Beg for mercy, did you sell our idea for Clues, the video game, and now it's called Blueprints? It's kind of, that's not exactly what I was thinking, but you should give me a cut of that money, Beg, that you made off of Blueprints. You're selling our idea. Clues, the video game. Because it was a brilliant idea that no one else has ever thought of, and it doesn't exist other than, like, we made it up, for sure, 100%. Clue was never a thing before I thought of it. Clues, the video game. And now it's called Blueprints. You guys want me to play Blueprints? It's like you know how it's like cynical? Like cynical? Well, it's like Blueprints, like blueprints, you know? You're looking at the blueprints. But it's the blueprints. He's not the red prince, he's the blueprints. But it's blueprints, like you're looking at the blueprints. It's like cynical, like cynical. See, that's why it definitely Beg for Mercy sold the idea, because blueprints, cynical, like, come on. Or else they've read my mind or something. I don't know. Blatant ripoff. They're looking at my, they got my phone bugged. Wiretap. So I talk about Clues, the video game, every day on the phone to my sister in Las Vegas who just won the lottery. My twin sister. Dude, poker is... Do you guys like poker? Remember when, like, Texas Hold'em was all the rage? I used to play a little bit. I was alright. I used to play online poker. I probably told y'all this before. I played online poker with Phil Hellmuth. Just kidding. But I did play online poker with Daniel Negreanu. Just kidding. But I did play online poker. I did. A little bit. Back in the day. When it was like half illegal. It was like legal, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't. That's back when I was playing. Back in the day. I was alright. I was alright. I never lose money. That's how I'm good at gambling, because I don't lose money. You see how conservative I am on the games and stuff? Like, I'm not even going to get more than one of Helilya. I don't like using or troops. I want to know exactly what's happening, you know? That's why I'm like an okay gambler. Because I'll do like, I don't like losing money, so. If I'm up, I'll leave. I'll try to play smart to where I got the best chance of winning type of deal. I'm not going to do some like 50-50 chance. I'm not going to do a coin flip with all my money on red or black or something. Back in the day playing like Texas Hold'em, you know, you wait. You're patient. Wait till you have really good cards. Some people are impatient. They just like try to bluff and try to like win it on the river. I just use my patience against people. Then you can't be too patient, because then they know you got something awesome. When you finally like start to bet, they know you got something awesome. So you gotta be like, can't be too patient though. You gotta throw a bluff out there every once in a while. So be super patient, wait for awesome cards, but every once in a while you gotta throw a bluff out. Like steal the, whatchamacallit? The ante? Ante up. Ante up, ante in, Toto, flying in a tornado. Need some oil. Burn Scarecrow. Throw some water on the witch. Don't look behind the curtain. Am I gonna play Dark Souls live? Maybe, because yesterday was a horrible video. I need to do something with that for sure. I might just show like the best cheese. I already tried to play it live and like people weren't feeling it. Like I did, there's a playlist out there with like 2 live streams on it and it didn't go very well. Like I tried. And now I'm trying to do like cheese and stuff, and like one of them was like, I had one good one so far. Like 6 videos, like 1 has been good so far. There's a couple things I want to show before I stop, like Capra Demon, and everybody probably knows about it, but it's certified super cheese, you know? So I gotta show that one, and then the soul farming in the garden. I'm gonna do those 2, and then I might stop doing it, or just show like the best stuff, and not, because like the last video I cheesed like the Channeler and the Baraniki Knight and the Fang Boar, which they're kind of like mini bosses, they aren't really bosses, so sometimes those videos though, they will get views like one day. Like Gems of War is different than those type of videos. Like if that video, like right now it doesn't have any views, but one day it might have thousands, you never know, because Gems of War, if I put out an invasion team video for Elemental or something, like, we're probably never going to have that again. So people only care for probably like 3 days. Then that video just never gets another view ever again after like 3 days. But like a video like that has barely any views from yesterday might get more views than like an invasion team video that like right now it's already got all of its views that it's ever going to get. So it looks like it's going to be better than the one from yesterday, but over time, like over 5 years, the one from yesterday might get more views overall, because it'll keep getting views, while the invasion team video will never get another view. Something to be said about evergreen content versus stuff that dies after a day or 2. Like the stuff that gets a lot of views in the first day or 2 and then never gets views again, like that looks impressive. But if you check up on it like 5 months later, it's like never got another view after that, probably. Did you buy a second controller on your PS5? No. I probably should. Mine always get drift. Like, this one doesn't yet. Knock on wood and everything, because it's still brand new. Like, all my PS4 controllers got drift eventually. Just the way they're made, like, something about potentiometers and whatnot. So I should buy another one for sure. They're probably like, I bet you it's like $200 or something. Just to go get a hamburger right now is like $10. So I bet you a PS5 controller is probably $200. You want to just go get like a hamburger right now? It's like $10. So I bet you a PS5 controller is probably like $200. Because everything right now is so expensive, it's nuts and crazy and weird. We were trying to be cheap at the restaurant yesterday, and it was still like $10 more than we thought it was going to be. And we didn't even... The thing was, like, we were leaving. We got our food and we were leaving. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even, like, really get what I wanted to get. Like, if I'm going to pay that much, at least I want to get what I want, you know? Like, we go to a fast food restaurant, we're trying to be frugal, so I get something that I think is cheaper. And then we go and we pay for it, and it costs like $10 more than I thought it was gonna. I'm like, I might as well have got what I wanted, you know? Why'd I even try to be frugal here? Like, it still cost $1 million either way. Look at that, I got 80 shards. I used to get like 60. That's one indicator of the PS5 being faster than the PS4. So on the PS4, I would get somewhere in the 60s, maybe hit like 69 nice. But we just got 80 on the PS5. Which it's also a little bit of RNG. You get 3 to 6, and yeah, I don't know if I have the kingdom. See, I don't have the kingdom leveled up or anything. I'm not getting extra myth stones. Doesn't have a diamond on it or anything. Like, I always thought, like, somebody could argue back at me at that. Like, well, you got that kingdom on 16, or the diamond's on it or something. But, look, it's not. And I just got 80 shards. It's level 15, so it's not 16. There's no diamond. And I just got 80 shards on PS5. And normally on PS4, there's no way. I would never hit 80 shards. From 0. We went from 0 to 80. On PS4, I would be lucky to get probably 65, or, you know, somewhere in the 60s. I remember I could do, like, I'd have like 40-something shards, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm not going to hit 100. I was confident. Now, if I'm on anything, I'm like, oh, crap, I just got 80 shards. I almost hit a boss chest. Like, I know I got to start from 0 on the PS5 for sure. That's how much faster the PS5 is than the PS4. Proof right there, the shard thing. 80 shards. Instead of like 60-something. You can go back and look at one of my older... If you think I'm just blowing smoke and talking crap, just go look at an older live stream where I was on the PS4 and see how many shards I got during a... Like, I never say anything that you can't go look and see proof of. I try not to, anyway. Well, let's see how many vault keys we got, though. And then I'll catch up in the chat, see if you guys said anything. It's hard to look at the chat while you're doing a gap, you know? Trying to get the most vault keys that I can. All right, we should get 10 or so. If everything went perfectly, I should get about 10 vault keys, I would say, from your first gap on Friday. I get around 10 pity keys, so I don't know how many you get, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, this dude should have a YouTube channel or something. I got 10. Exactly 10 pity keys. Sometimes you gotta flex, you know, flex and then turn your fist the other way. Boom, flex. Just kidding. Just kidding. But I knew exactly how many pity keys I was gonna get. That's funny. Let's see. How many do we get total? 37. 37 vault keys for one gap. But also, it was my first gap. I got 10. That's still very good, though. 37 is what we got. Right? 37 vault keys on one gap. But we got 10 pity keys. You could probably take off the 7. So we got about 30 vault keys during that gap. Like in a normal, later on when we don't get as many pity keys, we're going to get something like 1 or 2 or 3 instead of 10. So if we take the 7 off the 37, we got around 30 vault keys. And I got 4 epics, which is above drop rate, so that's great. That was a very good gap. 37 vault keys, 4 of them being epics. That was a really good one. And we still have 2 gaps, and the only problem with the PS5 is I don't get to verse hunt as much, because I'm way closer to a boss chest now. But I could just like run through a whole thing, like a whole one. If I don't have the gaps, I would just run like 2 boss chests probably. But let's catch up in the chat real quick. See if y'all have been saying anything. B-Strain 86. I've been watching this game for the past few years. Reviews say that unless you're on one of the top group of people, it's not worth getting into as a new player. Is it worth getting into now? That's a weird thing for reviews to be saying. Nah, you're fine to get in. You're fine. I don't know what that review's talking about, but you know, you'll get into a top guild eventually when it's time to get into a top guild. If that's what they're talking about is guilds. You can't just like join the top guild in the game when you first start the game, you know? You gotta level up a little bit, you gotta get some troops, you gotta know, like, get better at the game and stuff, and eventually anybody can join the best guild in the game eventually. But you can't join it when you're your first week, and you probably can't join it your first month, and maybe not even your first year. But eventually you could, for sure. And anybody could. I feel like anybody could join the best guild in the game. You know, I wouldn't count out anybody from being able to do that. That's a weird review. But yeah, starting right now, Gems of War, it's kind of it's confusing. It depends. I'd say it depends. Depends what you're trying to get from the game. If you're trying to beat the game, it's not the game for you. If you're trying to be an achievement hunter and get all the achievements, it's not the greatest game for that either. If you want a free-to-play game that will entertain you every day and put out new content and is like a gacha game, like Collectathon, like RPG mixed with a gacha game, kind of like a gem matching RPG. If you want that, then it's a really good game. Yeah. If you're looking for something to play every day for about an hour and it's never going to get old and you're always going to have stuff to go get and they're always putting in new content and you always kind of feel like you're getting more powerful and stuff, it's a good game for that. But it's a horrible game if you're trying to beat it as fast as you can, or trying to beat it at all, or if you're trying to get all the achievements and that's all you care about. It's a horrible game for those people. It's a good game for people who want a free-to-play game to play for like an hour a day or 2 hours a day, where it never gets old because they always put in new stuff, and it's kind of like a collectathon gotcha type of game where you're collecting stuff, but it's also an RPG with strategy, and it's not always like there's places to go where it's super hard, there's places to go where it's super easy and chill, you know? You can get some powerful stuff early too. It's not like you have to wait forever. You can get a cosmic dragon really fast. You can get Rowan really fast, who just wipes stuff out in one shot. You'll get an immortal probably pretty early. You can join whatever guild when you're level 25, and then by the time you're level 200-300, you can probably join an even better guild, and then by the time you're level 500, you can join a better guild, and by the time you're 1,000, you can join one of the top guilds, and then, yeah. It's a good game. It just depends what you're looking for in the game. Depends, because people that want to beat the game are like the worst type of people to try to play this game. You know, you're not gonna beat it. It's like a carrot on a stick. It's like the finish line keeps changing. You're never gonna run across the finish line. They're gonna keep adding track. They're gonna keep moving the finish line. So you're not gonna beat the game. And you're never going to get all the achievements. I don't care, like, these achievement hunters out there, like, oh, this one's not possible, or that one's not possible. Well, you know, you're never going to get them all anyway. They're just going to keep adding them. There's always going to be one that's, like, impossible right now, and then there's There's ones that take very long time, and then you got to get all the other ones too, and then by the time you get all the other ones, they add like 3 more, and then you still got the impossible one and the other one that takes forever, and then you're working on the one that takes forever, but then they add 3 more, and then there's still another one that's impossible, and then like it's like you're never going to get every single achievement, and you're never going to beat the game. So it depends what you're looking for. I don't know. Hopefully that explains it. I think it's a fun game to start and play. $70? Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. I was hoping more like 50, but I knew it was going to be more than that. Crow says if you're playing for single player, it's great. If competitive high-end guild is a different experience. SP is relaxing and fun making teams, and with Cindy's knowledge, it's great. Yeah, I'll tell you, B-Strain, I'll tell you how to like not spend any money and not waste your time and like the best things to go for early in the game. If you watch my channel, you know. Or just come ask questions. Yeah, 37 keys, let's go. Yeah, that review is whack. That's how reviews are, though. You can't trust, like, every review. You don't even have to play PvP, though, B-Strain. Like, people fixate on, like, what they don't like about the game, but nobody's forcing them to play that. You know what I mean? Like, I hate Treasure Hunt, but I'm not going and complaining about it every day to everybody. I just don't play it, and it's fine. Like, I'm still getting everything in the game pretty much without playing Treasure Hunt. Like, I'd barely play Explorer 12. I just ignore it, because you can just ignore things if you don't like it. But for some reason, some people out there don't know how to ignore things, and they gotta complain about the one thing they don't like in the game, when they could just not play it. Like, if you don't like Underspire, you don't have to play it. If you don't like PvP, you don't have to play it if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Don't let it ruin the whole game for you. If you think Guild Wars is too much pressure and you don't want to play Guild Wars, you don't have to. You don't have to. People act like they have to play, and I hate it so much, so now I hate the game because of this one game mode that I don't like. Well, you don't have to play it. You're a weirdo. Like, why are you so upset about a game mode you don't even have to play? I think it's dumb that they spent a whole year on PvP. I mean, I think that's dumb, but I'm not gonna like quit the game over one game mode. Doing a gap right now, 1 minute left in the gap, and have 2 Dragonite Gnomes in my last fight. Dude, that's awesome, bro. I barely ever see that. That's so rare. 130 Dragonite, holy cow. Yeah, that's something worth a screenshot, Mark. Hey, no problem, B-Strain. I try. Anytime you have any questions, let me know. You start over, I have a new account playthrough, and I might do another one. But I have a whole playlist you can just treat like a podcast. It'll tell you exactly what to do, like from the beginning. That way you're not wasting your time and you're not, wasting money and stuff. It's new Mythic Day, Rain. It's kind of like a mid-C tier Mythic, though, so whether you get it or not, it's really not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's one of those. If you got it, hey, you got it. If you didn't get it, it's not the end of the world. It's not like a Pharaoh Cafru or a Takshaka or an Ironhawk where you're gonna be crying next week because you didn't get it. It's like what's his face? It's my example. Where's he at? I can't even remember his name. Like this was a good one. Like if we go over we do this sometimes. Like this was a bad one, but people were getting it without even getting advice and stuff. They would just get it. They just get a Guara. This one sucks. But people were getting it. When it was a new Mythic, you remember getting that? Wasting a bunch of keys on it? Now you've never used it again? Remember that? Just remember that stuff. Like, all we have to do is remember stuff and apply it to the future. Yeah? So remember this guy, Aguara? And everybody just getting it without knowing if it was good or not first? And now it's horrible and nobody uses it? Remember a Ravatar? People trying to claim it was good and stuff? We never use it now, though. What other examples? Bane of Ambition was a good one, and that's one where it was like, oh, Cindy's saying it's good, so it must be at least okay. You know? Like, I liked it. This one was good. Remember Cantor? Cantor was butt. What's something that's newer, though? Like, in the last year, at least. Like a new Mythic that would be similar to, like, this guy. Or no, not that guy. That guy's okay. He's probably better than the one today. This one, this one. This one's really similar almost. This one at least does true damage, though. And you get to convert a certain color to Doomskull. And this one we don't use. We don't even use this, and I think this one might be better than the one today. Ghost King Grimhorn, are you using that? And he's not even like I think the one today is worse than him, kinda. But it's like all these new mythics that we just get without thinking about it, that we just never use again. There's a lot of them. Leo was butt, right? Labara was butt. Manticoras, like, at least it does true damage to 3 random enemies. Like, it's okay, but we don't use it, though. Like, all those keys down the drain, kind of. Like, we don't use it, really. Mandragora, remember Mandragora? Have you used it since? Have you? Because I haven't. I think I used it, like, one time, maybe. And it was like, hey, there he is for once. But just examples of, like, newer mythics that... Like, this is a good one that's why you save all your keys, because you might need 3 of the new mythic. And Pharaoh Khafre you need 2 or 3 of. So that's why you would want to have, like, a big stack of keys in case something like Khafre comes through. So you skip the Helilyas in case there's a Khafre. You know? But if you're getting every single one, that's a different story. Like, if you're an in-game player, getting every single new mythic, then never stop doing that, of course. But this is for, like, mid-game or early in-game players, like this advice. You know? Dun, 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 dun. But anyway. That's my biggest argument is, like, look at Takshaka, look at Ironhawk, look at Pharaoh Khafre. Those are things you need multiples of. And that costs a lot of keys sometimes. Like, look how many keys it costs you to get 1 Helilya if you had bad luck. Now imagine you needed 3 of her. Would you have enough keys to get 3? If you do, then good job. Keep getting all the new mythics. If you wouldn't be able to, then you might want to save enough keys just in case something else comes through that you need 3 of. Because sometimes they come back to back, you know? Like, Takshaka and Pharaoh Khafre weren't very far apart, and we needed multiples. What am I doing right now? I am verse hunting, right? So let's switch our team. We need to get Ironhawk. So I could probably just go here. Or wait. We already ran a gap and we did a verse. Let's, I don't know. How long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. Kind of want to play the game normally now. I've shown examples of everything. So we did the new mythic, we did the vault event, we verse hunted, and we ran a gap. So I think I'm just gonna play the game normally. What I would do is check this. On a vault weekend, it's slightly different. I'm not gonna do as many things as I would normally do, but this is done. That's good. I'll look at my adventure board real quick. Like, why skip gems? I'll get the gems for sure. But I'm not going to do the other 2. Like, I know I should mostly be playing the vault, so I'm going to skip some things, but I'm not going to skip gems. So let's get these gems. If I get a vault key, I'd like for it to have gems in it. So if there's just gems sitting there to get, I'm going to get them. Especially 3 quick fights for 10 gems, that's not bad. Who's out there today? First live stream of freaking May. You know how we did last month, y'all? We made it, we did it. I would give us like a C-. We did it, we did it. We did it. I'll let y'all know. Anita is out there. Hey. It was a sausage party last time. Now, only Anita's out there. It's the complete opposite. Last time, it was a bunch of dudes out there swinging their sausage around. And then Anita came, you know, we had to hide the sausage. Now, it's just her out there wondering where all the sausage is. Like, it's the complete opposite today. Alright, we got our gems. Alright, I'm gonna check my dungeon, because why not? Like, at least see if I can get a perfect. I did not, so I'm not going to do it. I already have a billion diamonds and jewels and all that. Legends Reborn, is that done? I think I got it done. Claim. Right, so yeah, I'm completely done with this, so I don't have to do that this weekend. That's one thing I did get done, so I don't have to do it this weekend. Invasion, are we done with this? No. So I probably want to do some of that. Especially since DC's been so generous and he's in my guild and stuff, so that makes me want to, like, at least use all my sigils and try my best. I even bought up a little bit further in the shop. But here's Invasion. I'm at the point where Chrysantherax is not one-shotting anymore. That's how deep I am. But still, 2 shots, all dead. It's gonna be May. I got you. I got you. We're on the same wavelength, Tyrion. Happy Vault Weekend, yeah. It's gonna be May. That's funny. That's the funniest thing I've seen all day. You pulled 4 without trying? Dude, I got Qatari King the other day. It's in there. Took you 300 glory keys, Daniel, but managed to get Qatari King. Nice. Professor's lurking. Good to see you, dude. 10k seals, Rain. I got a PR today. PR. Personal record? I don't know. MJK Jet says I haven't received the Qatari King either. 2 new mythics, but no king. Mark says OMG Roxy took me 40,000 guild seals. Yeah, took Mark a lot. 120 Dragonite from 3 gnomes. Yeah, that's good. You bought the Kingdom Pass. You already have the Qatari King. That's good. Oh, perfect run. I'm an idiot. I'm using Essence of Evil, but it's like not doing anything except for mana generation now. But oh well. I don't feel like changing it. Still does okay mana generation. Let's go ahead and kill something, I guess. Let's do this. And yeah. We are deep. I don't think I have Nisha's on either, but I don't think it makes a difference. I think I still can't one-shot this deep. And I pretty much have almost all the stats. The only stats I'm missing now are kingdom level on a couple, on a few kingdoms. 40. I should probably just do that. And this. They're all dead. So I'm just going to play the game normally for a few more minutes, and then we'll probably get out of here today. I've been struggling with myself as to whether I should try to stream longer or not stream longer. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, if I go another hour, would it do anything or not? Like, I don't know. You can't know unless you do it. Oh yeah, before we moved, I said I was gonna stream more, and I don't know if I've done that yet. Actually, like, stopped streaming for a little bit. Probably the opposite. Okay, let's see. Chrysantherax almost killed them. She's back up. Cast it again and win. Good stats. I should try for a world record before the weekend's over. But the vault event's happening. Like, it's not a good time. I guess some people out there, it could be like the pet rescue. Not that I would recommend it, but there might be like one person out there who is thinking like, hey, I might be able to get the pet rescue world record on speedrun.com right now. There's lots of pets flying, and Chrysantherax has 20% extra stats. If you weren't already thinking about it, make sure you say my name in your world record video. I didn't think about that until he said it. Clues the video game. Blueprints. It's blueprints and it's blueprints. That's what you say in the video. Karate the movie. I didn't even think about it. Till it happened. Alright, we used all our sigils. I mean, I bought up further in the shop than I usually buy. I usually buy up to the weapon. And I bought the next one after that. Which isn't crazy, it's just more than I usually do. And then, you know, I used all my sigils. And I'm in 8th place. Not too bad. It's like a little bit more than I would usually do. That's all I'm saying. Fortunately, we're on stage 12, which is very far away. But I don't know. Keep plugging at it. It's only Friday. As far as this goes... You know what? I have not got one single promotion in this new guild, and I love it. I don't want a promotion. I hope they leave me down here forever, because I feel like if I get a promotion and then I get demoted, that's what makes me mad. So if I, like, never get promoted, then I'll never get mad, because I'll never get demoted. I just want to be on the bottom forever, please. Leave me there. Just leave me there, because it just causes problems if you promote me. Well, yeah, it's for the safest thing to do is just to leave me on the bottom there. Then I'll never have to feel a certain type of way if I get demoted. Because I can't be demoted. That's good. I'm being serious. What else? Underspire. This is worth doing. For, you know, if you're going to go to full completion at least. If you're a high-end player, it's probably the only thing worth doing other than the vault event. But you could have had it, like, really... Like, you should try to get it almost all the way done by Friday, and then just finish it off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't quite do that. It's kind of one of those do what I say, not what I do situations. I'm only going after the 3rd dragon. But ideally, I would be almost done, you know? But I think it's a good idea. I don't know. A long time ago, I might have said, you know, why are you doing the Underspire when you should be doing the Vault event? But I eventually come around to the idea, if I think about it enough, you know, guaranteed freaking major gold orbs that, like, what are you looking for from your Vault keys? Like, that's what I'm looking for, so they're guaranteed in here. So why would you not go get them, even during a Vault event, you know? So I think it's valuable. Like, you're not going to be here the whole time doing this the whole time. Just a little bit each day. Try to get it all the way done. Bang! Look at my team. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at it? Did you see that? You didn't because it was so fast you couldn't even see it. Then it poops the bed on the next fight. Just kidding. Still fine. They would quit getting extra turns. There we go. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. I don't know. I probably need to put an Anu on too. Like, this isn't the whole shebang. Let me show you the whole shebang real quick. Alright, we just got the 3rd dragon. That's not bad. I mean, that is bad, but hey, at least we just got it real quick. Alright, put an Anu on. Go back. Why'd it put me back there? I want to go here. Alright. So I might do this the rest of the time, unless you guys have any questions. I showed the new Mythic. We got it. I gave my initial thoughts on it. I made a team for it. We used it for like 6-7 fights. And then I gave my thoughts on it again. And then we did the vault. I explained the whole vault and how to do it faster and how to do the vault and what to do, what not to do. We ran a gap. We hunted verses. We got the verse we needed. We got 37 keys during a gap. Like, so we've done pretty much everything today. This would be what I would probably finish on. So I really want to get this done this weekend if possible. I'm trying to do this accountability thing with Trey, because he just started doing his Underspire. I convinced him to do it. And he's got it done like 2 or 3 weeks in a row now. And if he sends me a message on PlayStation saying he got it all the way done, I don't want to have to send a message back saying I didn't. I want to say, me too. And then we can be accountability bros. We should start a little, we should start like, a little group message on PlayStation. If you're on PlayStation, it'll just be the accountability group message on PlayStation. Did you get your Underspire done? If you don't say yes, then we all know that you didn't. And that's the danger of being in that group. You either say, yes, I did, or you say nothing, and then we know you didn't. And then we're like, that guy didn't get his Underspire done. He joined the accountability message group on PlayStation. And then he didn't say, yeah, I got it all done. So that means he didn't. So then you get embarrassed. And then you actually do it the next time. So you can say, me too. Me too, I got it all the way done. So let me know. Maybe we can set something up like that. It'll encourage you to do the right thing. But you gotta be ready for it for when you don't do the right thing. Because we're going to be in there calling you all kinds of names like buttface and jerkwad. If you don't get it all the way done, you're going to be a buttface and a jerkwad. And a jerkface. And a buttwad. Tyrion says, I'm here till the end of the stream. Dude, that was funny. I don't know why. Sometimes stuff just makes me laugh. Even if it's not super... Yeah, it's gonna be me. Anyway. We got anything good here? Not really. So let's grab this. There we go. I don't know how many weeks I've got it done in a row. Mark, you're in 7th Global on PC Mobile and Guild Event this week? Yeah. Mark says, Cindy, how do you do the speedrun thing? Can you explain it? Alright, so you would go to Pet Rescue. And here, I'll show you. Ooh, I found the door. Nice. Alright, so if you have a Pet Rescue active, which I don't think I do right now, do I? Anyway, you would go to Pet Rescue, you would hit your record thing on your PlayStation. You would want to start a recording, and then, you know, start the fights, and just do them as fast as you can. All 8 fights of the Pet Rescue, and then just stop the recording on your PlayStation. And then you take that recording, and you post it on your YouTube, but you can just make it unlisted or whatever. You don't have to, like, other people don't have to see it. You don't have to talk in it or anything. It just needs to be the footage of your run. This is how I do it anyway. Like, I'll record my Pet Rescue, you know, if it's a good one. You know, go look at speedrun.com and see, like, what a good run would be, which is probably like a minute something these days. But if you just want to get on the leaderboard, you could be top 25 or something. So maybe if you get, like, 3 minutes, 2 minutes or something. You know, just record your fights, starting, like, make sure you start before you do the first fight. Make sure you stop after the last fight. And, you know, get that footage of you fighting the Pet Rescue as fast as you can. And then, you can post it to YouTube. You don't have to put, like, a title. It's pretty easy. You just post it. Don't have to have a good title or anything like that. You don't have to talk. You can just make it unlisted or private. Nobody has to see it. And then you take that. I think you make it unlisted so they can watch it. But you post the link. You send it to, like, on speedrun.com, there's a way to, like, give them the link to your video. And then the mods will watch your link and just make sure it's, like, legit. And then once they'll watch it, it'll take like a day or 2 or 3, and then if it's legit, they'll put you up on the leaderboard with the link to your video. So other people can watch it. Like, you can go to speedrun.com and, like, watch everybody's runs if you wanted to. It's pretty out of date right now. Like, it was a little bit better a few years ago. Like, Arena doesn't work anymore. There's, like, a treasure hunt one where there's, like, 2 people on the 2 safe, or 3 people or something. And, like, some of the categories aren't. But, like, Pet Rescue's still good. Explorer 12's still good. And then level 500 faction run is still a good one. But some of them, like the Arena one, you can't even get on there anymore because it's, like, from the old Arena. And then, like, nobody plays Treasure Hunt really anymore, so that one's not really None of them are really super active, but those are like dead pretty much. Arena and treasure hunt. And I think that's all of them really. There might have been one more that's not active anymore that I'm not thinking of. The main ones that are like still competitive, I guess, kind of, are like Pet Rescue and Explorer 12 and level 500 faction, like as fast as you can. I don't know, hopefully that explained it. There's like certain pet rescues you want to do. Like, you don't want to get the, what's the one? The one with like the summon. What's his freaking name? What's the one with the summon, you guys? You can probably think of it before I can. He's an older troop. Pet rescue. Infernal King. Anybody get it? Oh, Mark, good job. You got it before me. Infernal King is like a bad one. You don't want to be trying for a world record on Infernal King, because he'll just screw you up and make it take longer. I think Scylla's like the best one. So if you get a Scylla, like that's the fastest one. And then same thing with like the level 500. There's certain factions where there's only like 3 rooms, and you don't have to do every room. You just go to the boss as fast as you can. So like City of Thieves is a good one because there's only 3 rooms, and you can use High King Irongut Zul'Goth and stuff like that. So, and then like Explorer 12, there's certain kingdoms that are better than others. So you can't just like do any Pet Rescue or any Explorer 12 or any 500 faction. You got to kind of figure out. What I do is like go to the leaderboard and see what they did. And then you just like, okay, that's obviously the fastest one. Like, they did this faction, or they did this kingdom for Explorer 12, or they did this pet rescue. And you should probably look out for those ones and try to do it on those. Because they're obviously the fastest, because the person has the world record, you know? And hey, it's Chrysantherax with 20% extra stats right now. So this, there was ever a time to like try for a world record. The troop that hits the hardest and kills enemies the fastest has 20% extra stats. So yeah, it would be a great time this whole week. Like, they might have already gone on there and made it a new world record. I don't know. Or maybe High King Irongut Zul'Goth's still the fastest, or maybe Stellaryx is still the fastest, but I would think Chrysantherax would have at least one world record. Anyway, let's go see how long we've been streaming and maybe do a couple more Underspire fights, but I gots to go pretty soon. I gotta pay some bills, do some boring stuff, go to the bank. Go to the bank, pay some bills, move some money around, and then do some work. Maybe kill some guards in Kalithan with my Necromancer in between every 20 minutes or so. And do some Vault Event. I'll probably play Vault Event tonight. I usually play later on. Right now, I'm not, like, super motivated, because I already have... See how that is? Just, like, I know not everybody's like that, but, man, they devoured my stupid Chrysantherax. But, hey, we got Emberclaw. We don't have Pharaoh Khafru sucking his thumb in the corner. We got something that's actually decent. So we should be able to still win without our dragon. Giving me a run for my money, but we still got it. Alright, so now I just gotta find the dragon, and yeah, so I found the door. Now I just gotta find the dragon. I think I'm gonna quit there for today. I don't know, I gotta decide, like, am I gonna try to stream longer, or am I just gonna, like, cut them if I don't think it's a good stream for the day? Like, I don't know how to, which route to take. Some days I'm like, hey, if it's not going well, I'm only gonna do an hour. And some days I'm like, hey, you should try to go like 4 hours, just see what happens. But I don't know what to do, so I always do something in the middle. But yeah. Any more questions? Rain says Key Lime had the pet rescue record a long time ago, and it was over 3 minutes. Yeah, I think I beat that. I remember beating Key Lime's record, but I'm not like #1 though. Somebody beat I don't know if I was ever first place, but I know I beat that one. Because I just remember thinking in my head, I beat Key Lime. But yeah, it's definitely changed. It's way faster now. I'm on all the, I think I'm on all the leaderboards. You should talk about Cynical, man. Cynical's on the leaderboards too. Come on. You mentioned somebody that's not even doing it anymore. They're retired. But not me. I'm second place on the treasure hunt. Come on, man. I beat Key Limes. I did it faster than Key Lime. What you talking about? No, I'm just kidding. It's alright. Beast Train says, what's the purpose of promoting and demoting in guilds? Nothing really. You don't get anything for being a higher... There's like certain perks of like changing the shield and being able to promote and demote people, and it's really nothing though. Like, it doesn't really matter. You don't get like more resources, or there's no real mechanical advantage of being a higher rank in a guild than a lower rank. Like, I'm getting the same thing as the guild leader. Like, being the guild leader doesn't give you anything extra. It just gives you, like, power over the guild, kind of. Like, you can make everybody have a pink unicorn as their shield, and you can kick people out and stuff. Kind of troll more. Control people, you know? But you don't get more stuff. You don't get anything. So, there's really no point. Unless you want a bunch of stress, like stress and... But yeah, like being the first rank under the guild leader, there's no like mechanical advantage. There's like a couple things you might be able to do, like demote people or change the shield or register for guild wars. There's all this boring stuff that really doesn't give you anything. So being the lowest rank in a guild is the same as being like the highest rank in a guild as far as like getting stuff or getting the game beat or, you know, getting further in the game or getting resources or anything like that. So it's really all petty stuff that doesn't matter. The purpose of it, though, would be to, like, hey, this person's not... They haven't played in a week, so I'm going to demote them, and then they'll see that they were demoted, and they'll wonder why, and then they'll say, hey, why was I demoted? And you say, hey, you didn't play all week last week, and they'll be like, oh, cool. Then if they don't play again, you know, maybe you demote them again, or you kick them out. It's kind of like just to show where you're at in the guild, and they can use it as a thing to, like, all right, you got promoted because you've been doing good in all the guild events and giving your required amount of gold, and you've been in the guild for this long, so you get promoted. And then, like, if you get demoted, like, you probably did something wrong, like you got last place in a guild event, you didn't give your required amount of gold, and you didn't play all week last week or something, like. But there's no, like, extra thing you get or any real reason to care otherwise. It's kind of like trophies. They don't really matter. You can't spend them, so who cares? Jet says, Jetto posted something interesting in the Qatari King availability thread. Devs are considering more changes to Dominion Field's troops. Okay, okay. You've only missed 1 to 2 weeks full completion? Dang, Tyrion. When it first came out, I think I was completing it when it first came out. And then I took a little hiatus, and then I started doing it again. I've been on and off. I definitely can't say I've completed, like, I've probably done half of them, maybe. If I'm lucky. I might have done like half of the Underspires to full completion. It's around where I'm at. Probably a little bit less than half, honestly. But that's awesome, dude. Not picking on 3 weeks. It's awesome to get it all the way done. Got to start somewhere. Yeah, that's what I always say. Who cares what you was doing 2-3 weeks ago if you're doing the right thing now? You know? You get it done 2-3 weeks in a row, you're starting a streak. Yeah. Mark says, I never knew how to do the speedrun thing. Again, I learned something new today from the master. Yeah, I've done it a few times. I'm on, if you go to speedrun.com and look at the leaderboards, like, it's been a long time since I've posted on there, so I might not be on there anymore, but I should be on there somewhere. Like, Cynical should be up there on one of them. I'd say at least the treasure hunt one, because no one's trying for that. Infernal King, you guys were right. Unless you have stun, I guess. But when you're doing a speed run, you kind of want everything to be perfect and go perfectly right. So you don't want to have to stun if you weren't planning on stunning, you know? I love playing, like, speedrunning Gems of War is kind of different than playing the game normally. When you're speedrunning, you're just hoping everything goes perfect and everything, like, falls in place, and you keep retrying until everything goes perfect and falls perfectly in place. When, like, you're farming and, like, trying to play the game normally, you're looking for something more consistent that's Yeah. Like, I forget what they used to do, but some of the ways to, like, get the troops full mana wouldn't happen every time, and you just have to hope it happens. And then if it does happen, you get the world record, and if it doesn't happen, you don't. Or, if you get a certain amount of whatever on the board, and then you hit hard enough to wipe them in one shot, you'll get the world record. But if you don't get the certain amount on the board, and you don't wipe them in one shot, you won't get the world record. It's like you gotta just... Speed runs are always, like, the perfect case scenario. And then, like, playing the game normally, you're not gonna put a team out there that needs, like, the perfect case scenario to work. You're gonna, like, do something that's consistent. So when you're trying for speed runs, it's kind of different than, like, playing the game normally. You're gonna keep retrying until you get that perfect thing to line up. Yeah. You love playing the troop in the Underspire that has a 2% chance of slaying you. I get slayed every time. Yeah. That's how the AI works, man. They suck. Shouldn't work like that, though. Terry says, Goblin can be a sketch one to try on, too. If they get to extra turning, it can eat up some time. Daniel says, yes, I had a respawn 5 times in a row the other day. I have a video where that happened to me like 13 times in a row, Daniel. I think I have a video. It might be on my glitch playlist where Infernal King came back. I don't know if it was 13, but it was something crazy. It was like 8 times in a row or something, or else I wouldn't have recorded it and put it on YouTube. It was a lot of times in a row. Like at least 7. I can't remember how many, but it was a lot. Enough to record and put on YouTube. Like, it was nuts. But it's on my channel somewhere. It's really old, though. Rain says PlayStation will never get world records. Hey, you're right. That's a good point. I think PC Mobile has the best chance at getting first place. How's the Pimpin' Kia running? Still good, dude. It's going for its last free oil change here very soon. Like, it's due in like 200 miles. So it's about to have, I think, 17,000 miles on it. So that's where we're at. Is it 17,000? Yeah, I think it is. Something like that. So it's still got less than 20,000. I think it's about to hit 17,000. Still runs really good, yep. Only thing wrong with it at all is like that stupid lady hit it in the back and put a tiny little scratch in it. And then I put a little scratch in it with a bike. And then it's all on the back bumper too, like, and it's all very tiny. So everything else is good though. Like stuff I could fix too, like nothing too bad. And like you wouldn't be able to tell unless I showed you where it is type of deal. It's not bad at all. It's still nice and shiny, it's still clean. Like, I mean, yeah. It's not clean every day, but it's still nice and shiny, it still runs good. Still like it. Still cool. Tyrion says, only 5. Lucky, I've definitely had several times more than 5 in the same battle, but I've played hundreds of pet rescues. It's not every time, thankfully, but it's the highest low % chance in the game. Yep. I don't know, Rain. That's a good question. What's the world record? That should be something out there. What's the world record of Infernal King respawns? PS5 loads slower than PC? I'd probably agree with that. I think PC, if you have like a really good computer, has got to be the fastest. That's usually the case with any game, though. But hey, PS5's definitely faster than PS4. I know that, so I'll take it. Tyrion says, I use Tesla on my alt. 3 to 4 mins is a pretty tame. Sorry, no one but GM should be able to change shield. I've had to demote people who randomly changed my shield without asking. Only GM can demote, but second highest can promote. So if you ever get demoted or kicked, it's 100% the GM who did it. You can now show perks on screen. What? What do you mean? How do I show perks on... What do you mean? Show perks on screen. You talking about the stream, or are you talking about Gems of War? Huh. Anyway. Thank you so much, Anita, for the gifted. It helps a lot. Starting the month out with an Anita gifted. Out there all by herself with no sausage. What's she supposed to do? But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel. Comment below. I owed you guys anyway. I'm just messing around. Let's see. How do I get out of that? I went into something weird and now I can't get out of it on my chat. Just trying to figure something out. Oh, there we go. Thanks for joining me today, Tyrion Shark, Mark Nugent, Rain, Daniel Lucas, Tyrion Mark, MJK Jets, B-Strain86 was here today. Love it when beginners come and ask questions. I swear, it's one of my favorite things. Because we don't get very much beginner, you know? We have a lot of, like, freaking in-game players that have been playing forever in the chat. A bunch of smart people. So, if a beginner comes asking questions, dude, it's one of the best places to come and ask a question, I swear. The professor was here, lurking, peeping through the window. Anita was here, of course, out there with the train. Crow was here. Crow. Mark, Daniel, Anita, Classic EverQuest. Zen was here today. Yoke the Ham. Mr. Z. You guys touched on one of my ideas for a video, even though I'm streaming now and not doing videos. I still have ideas. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but maybe I can put up video. I can stream a lot, but I'll still put out videos. Maybe that's the way to go. Yoke the Ham. Anita with the gifted. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. Lord Augustin back in the house. That was crazy. Scott Schultz was here again. Appreciate it. Mark was first, Anita was second, Scott was third. Alright. Yeah, we haven't seen Sana in at least 2 live streams. I don't know. I'll have to, like, and the only place she really, to check on her when she's not here is, like, Discord, and I haven't been on Discord in, like, months. So maybe if one of y'all can check on her, I probably should just go do it myself, but yeah, I haven't heard from her in a couple of streams. So, yeah. It's probably about time to check. You know, I like to give people their space, though. I don't want to check on you immediately. So I'd probably still give her a little bit more time. You know what I mean? I don't like to bug people if you're in a place somewhere. You don't want a streamer like, hey, where you at? What are you doing? When you're, like, dealing with something. So I usually like to wait at least a couple weeks or something like that. But it is kind of out of character for Sana not to be here for a couple streams, so... She hasn't been feeling good? Oh, no. Is it still like her teeth or something? That's a sucky thing to deal with. Like, people out there have never had to deal with it. They yeah. Sucks. It's like, you know, anyway. It's like one of the suckiest things I've ever had to, like, painful. As far as pain, like body pain. Right in your face, like, doesn't stop type of stuff. Sucks. 10 copies of New Mythic? Why? I don't know, dude. I don't understand why people are getting 2 today. Or 3 or 4 today. I don't understand that. You still have a whole week, and it's not even a good one. So why are we getting 4 of them? You know what I mean? But some people just collect. Like, they're super high end, so they just get 4, so they can have 4. Like, there's no purpose of getting 5, but getting 4, you could actually put 4 on a team, and it's kind of like a swag. You know, like a flex type of thing. I can even get 4 of the bad mythics and put them on a team altogether, you know? Type of thing. But it's not like a good investment or anything. Like, if you're still struggling out there, mid-game, early end-game, don't get 4 of them. Like, why? Save your keys for something else. Come on. If you accidentally get 2, like, you know, you can't help getting 2 sometimes, but you can help getting 4 usually. Like, if you got 4, you did it on purpose. But anyway, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. Special shout out to Anita today. I'll see you guys and gal to not tomorrow, but the next day. I might be on here tomorrow, like streaming EverQuest maybe. If you just want to come hang out. But I'll be streaming Gems of War on Sunday. Be the next time. And bring your teams for the new Mythic, and bring a bunch of alt keys. Bring a bunch of alt keys to the stream on Sunday. But yeah, we'll see ya. Have a good one. You're the best. Peace out. Let's try not to hit settings this time.